Introducing PerfTracks, my latest jam and lesson video bundles. Available now at perfectodecastro.com/perftracks. Check it out. Scenes from Inside is the latest release from beloved Filipina singer and songwriter Barbie Almalbis. Now available everywhere music is streamed and sold.
Basta tayo'y magkasama.
Now, the last time I saw you in person was at a NAMM show. Was it 2019?
Yes.
2019, di ba?
Yeah,
Or,
2000.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
18? I don't know, 18 or 19.
Or one of those years. One
Yeah.
of those years. And this is very interesting to me. When did you turn into such a gearhead?
I know, I wasn't a gearhead when you met me, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I have another perf story pala.
Sige. Go.
Okay. This is something to do about gear naman. I think like not just learning how to play guitar, but also learning how to find your sound, I guess, or to it also takes time and practice, right? I mean, when I started out gigging in the 90s, like I said, I'm an acoustic guitar person. I write with an acoustic guitar, I play with an acoustic guitar at home. I never really touch my electric until I'm on the set. I mean, I'm there. The only reason why I do that is because it's louder and it's just a fuller sound. So in what I'm trying to say is I never really had the time or to find a good sound. You know what I mean? It's just, so even like my bandmates used to tease me na tunog mosquito daw yung gitara ko. Palagi.
Aray ko.
Kasi may mosquito. Kaya hindi ko alam basta alam ko lang. Sinabi sa akin ni Mark Lakay dati na nagte-text, who's a friend of ours and who also helped us with sound before. Sabi ko, paano ba yung sineset yung amp? Sabi niya, i-ano mo lang, i-5 o'clock mo lang lahat, flat lang lahat. So alam mo yun, wala. For me, I didn't have the, parang discernment to see if I like this sound. Basta alam ko lang, sige, I'll make it flat so that the sound is there, and then I'll turn on my distortion pedal to make it more good, more louder. Louder lang, that's it. And with a little... And then I think it was Mike Villegas naman who taught me. Siguro hindi nila maalala to, but I like I told you, I just learned bits and pieces from people around me. It was Mike Villegas who told me na parang when you set your distortion, just make it louder than your clean. Kasi by the time you turn on your distortion, malamang yung drummer mo malakas na rin. So yun lang yung mga rules na meron ako na, sige, lakasan ko to, ganyan. Yun, so yun na. In terms of sound, that's all I had. It sounded like a mosquito sometimes, Tapos yun, may isang time, it was NU Rock Awards, and we got to play. I don't know if you remember this, but I think maybe I was in school or something, but I couldn't make it to the sound check. But my band was there, so Romel and Wendell were there, and then you were there because you were doing sound check as well.
Yeah,
so do you
yeah.
remember? Now you remember. So then I think my bandmates, since you were there, and you were bandmates with Wendell din with Tri-Axis, right?
Yeah.
So we shared the drummer. So then, ayun nga, so they asked you if you can sound check my guitar for me for the night. So then, ayun, so ikaw na ayos. Ko galing, iba yung settings ng distortion ko, iba. Hindi yun yung settings ko. And then, yun nga, nung pagdating ng rock course, I played, and it was like the best sound. For me, the best way that, yun nga, because you did the sound check for me. So, ayun lang. So, yun, just, yeah. So, nandun yung ko, wala akong noon din na, what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. And yeah, so again, thank you for that.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And then, but then this whole thing started for me, maybe 2006, 2007, ganon. At one point, I guess I just got bored with my sound, with my guitar sound. So then I asked my brother-in-law, who was my bandmate, si Karel, and I asked him, Karel, ano ba bang, what else is out there in the world of pedals and guitar? Like, is there anything exciting out there? Like, what can I look into just to do something, else with my sound? Ayun. And then, so then he told me, check mo yung mga Moog. Sabi niya ganun. I think they have interesting guitar pedals and guitar sounds. So then, that sent me off into a rabbit hole na. Parang tininan ko na Moog, mamaya nakita ko na yung Electro Harmonix. Matagal na yung Electro Harmonix, pero hindi dumadating sa atin eh. Di ba? Boss pedals na talaga meron tayo, for decades. So that's what I had. But meron palang iba. So the first, like, non-boss pedal I got was Electro Harmonix micro synthesizer. Yun nga, from researching after Carl told me to look into these things. Ayun lang. And then, doon na-discover ko na yung mga forums, na-discover ko na yung mga, guitar demos on YouTube. And it was just, I got hooked and it was from listening to that and learning little by little. Parang doon ako nagkaroon ng parang sense na kung ano yung gusto ko ring sound. Ayun. So before, what I would hear, guitar players na ang ganda ng tunog, I recognize it. Like, that's a great sounding guitar player. That's a great sounding guitar. I just don't know how to get there. I don't know, like, what do you do? But then as I think as I, just watched more demos, practiced, tried different pedals, parang I just had a better sense of what I liked then. And ganun lang. So, pero yun nga, it did take years for me. I mean, I know how it feels like to just not be able to hear it. I don't know what to do. It's just, I see he sounds good. I just don't know how to get there myself. Yeah, I think it's just practice then.
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you've always sounded good.
I remember kasi I was scrolling through Facebook at one time. Then I stumbled on one of your videos and you were doing a pedal demo. It's like, oh, wow. I was just wondering, like, oh, when did you turn into a gearhead?
Yeah. It was that.
And it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's great. Introducing the Bad 94 Distortion, the Perf de Castro signature pedal. Now available to order from the following retailers: gcrockboard.com, guitarpusher.com, and from the official website, perfectodecastro.com. Links in the description. In previous Perf talks, then like see Francis Reyes, I know you've
we jammed together. Yeah,
you jammed together, and then you showed him the
ZOIA. Is it the ZOIA?
Yeah,
he
ZOIA.
Also has one now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you showed him.
Yes. I was like, you gotta get this one.
Yeah, you got yun. Tapos, and then recently si Rames naman, he was trying to figure out this song, this sound, and then you're getting your makeup done, and you said, fuzz.
No, you know why? Kasi sandwich, right? I mean, they have the sound, right? And then so I was into pedals, and I had discovered like these different types of drive, and of course fuzz. And kasi ang tagal-tagal na niyan, 'di ba? Kaya lang dito sa atin hindi lang available, especially nung pre-YouTube, 'di ba? Hindi natin naririnig 'yon na sobrang malaking world na rin pala yung fuzz sound. Tapos naisip ko, grabe, sobrang bagay. Ito yung tunog na sobrang bagay sa sandwich eh. Ganun. So, yun nga, may gig kami, nag-makeup ako, tapos sabi ko, Rames, alam mo ano bagay sa'yo? Pakinggan mo, research mo yung fuzz pedal.
Yeah.
Tapos yun nga, bagay kasi sa kanila. And,
yeah.
Ayan, and now I think he likes...
Yun yung binili niya kaagad. Actually, alam mo, the big fuzz, the old Russian-made ones, the big ones.
Russian, yeah.
Yeah, they... nagpasok ang audio file nun. Like, they had... Like, yung kahon niya, yung crate pa na kahoy.
Oh, wow.
So, audiophile, early 90s, meron sila. But nobody knew what to do with it.
Yes, kasi we didn't really see it. I mean, wala pa eh. Walang walang YouTube demos eh. Hindi mo siya...
I just remember just looking at those, yun, nakita ko, tas ang laking pedal naman yan, paano ko dadali yan? Alam mo yun? And then, growing up, I also, yung pagpupunta ka rehearsal studio, minsan meron silang set of pedals doon. I also managed to play through a Japanese fuzz wah-wah. Yun, that was my first experience with fuzz. Pag ganun ko, parang, uy, tunog Metallica kagad to. Kaya lang ang luwag.
Instant Metallica.
Tunog Anesthesia ni the Cliff Burton bass solo. That's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like the Metallica guitars. So yun, wala eh. Other than that, nasa ilalim lang siya ng shelf sa estante, yung mga glass na cases sa audiophile. Nasa pinakailalim kasi dun lang siya kasya. Tapos nobody knew what to do with it. What to use.
Yeah. I mean, we heard the songs, we just didn't know that that's what they were. Like, Hendrix, we listen to Hendrix, Smashing Pumpkins, all these bands who diba, na yung fuzz sound, big part ng sound nila. Kaya lang hindi natin naisip, kala natin distortion. Lahat ng yung distortion pedal.
At saka yung pagkagamit din, actually. Kasi like, we'd read about it in Guitar World or Guitar Player or Fuzz Face or whatever fuzz or whatever. Tapos, pupunta tayo sa testingin natin. We'd plug it into a clean amp. Tapos parang,
Yeah.
bakit ganon? Parang namamatay na battery yung tunog. Diba? But then we didn't know that, Hendrix plugged his into like a Marshall that's
cooking
turned all
amp,
the way. Yeah, yung alam mo yun. So, or Eric Johnson used his fuzz face with the Marshall or with another distortion pedal or with another overdrive. At least ngayon, medyo may mas marami ng information ngayon.
Kaya nga spoiled tayo ngayon eh. Ang dami ng gear eh.
Yeah.
Musta mga kaibigan? Perf de Castro to at welcome sa bahay ni Pekto. Sana enjoy kayo dito sa episode ng PERFTALK. Break lang tayo saglit para sa ilang announcements. Ang bagong merch partner ko dyan sa Pilipinas ay walang iba kundi ang GC Rockboard. Matagal ng kaibigan at sponsor ng channels ko ang GC Rockboard, kaya't sigurado na ako sa kanilang service at reliability. At malaki ang tiwala kung aalagaan nila kayong lahat ng mabuti. Sa ngayon, available na sa gcrockboard.com ang mga PDC merch tulad nitong Practice Makes Perfecto Sunset Design. At ngayon, marami na rin mapapagpili ang kulay ng t-shirt. Huwag kalimutan dumaan sa video description para sa link papunta doon sa merch page. Pag napili nyo na ang PDC merch nyo sa gcrockboard.com, siguraduhin kompleto ang lahat ng steps ng checkout dahil hindi ipaprocess ang orders nyo kung hindi mag-clear ang payment during checkout. At pag natanggap nyo ng inyong PDC merch, padala nyo ako ng picture either through Facebook or Instagram para malagay ko kayo sa videos tulad ng ginawa ko sa mga kaibigan ko rito. Okay, yun na lang muna. Balik na tayo sa PERFTALK.
Okay, so show me what you have on your board right now and then we'll talk guitars after.
Yeah, so I use this board, but it's always changing. So I would say this is my quarantine, like my online board now. So I use it for my electric guitar. I use it for my vocal. It's like my vocal monitoring. And I use it for my acoustic guitar and kuglong. And I also use it for a keyboard. So it does a lot of things.
How do you input everything?
Yeah. So okay. So like itong ZOIA kasi yun nga, you can do anything with it pretty much. Like we can build anything. So it's like a computer in pedal form. So it's like a mixer. So that's how I'm able to put all the instruments. Like we had a live stream last week. Like my whole band played and it was all going to just the setup. So that mixer was sending it straight to Facebook. Yeah, and so the whole band was going in there. So I use the ZOIA as a mixer. So I'll show you. Can I show you the ins and outs?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. So you see these things. Okay, so my guitar goes into the wah.
Okay.
And then there's another input here down here. Okay, that goes into the second input of the ZOIA. So for example, if Karel is with me, he puts his bass in there. So then now his bass also goes into the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I can mix it in. But actually what I've done, since we had a live gig together as a band, so now this input is for the bass, but then instead of going straight to the ZOIA, it goes into this mini mixer.
Okay.
So this is that. Ito yon, ito siya. When you go in here, it goes there. Okay, so that's the bass input. Then you plug the keyboard here if you want another instrument. Mm-hmm. And then this whole thing goes into the channel, the second input of the ZOIA.
Okay.
Ayan. So that's the input. And then for monitoring naman, so I have my vocal mic, right? It goes in here and then it sends to the computer. And then ito yung yung headphone out, right?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Yeah. So the headphone out has a cable running and it goes out here. There's another tiny hole. I don't know if you can see it, but there. See that hole? Yeah. And that goes into my guitar cable. See, my guitar cable has two heads. So one is this and the other one is a headphone cable that runs all the way to my guitar. So ito yung other side niya ngayon. Goes to my guitar. And then this one is my headphone, so I can hear you. So yeah, so all I have now is one cable, but then it does two things. So headphone and guitar signal. And then
how long did it take you to figure out the routing for that?
I don't know. It's just ever changing. But it's like after a gig, diba? You're like, I couldn't hear. Hindi ko na, kasi dati, you rely on the wedge monitors and then some gigs, you just can't hear yourself throughout the whole gig. So it's like, I have to find a way to hear myself. And sometimes, you have wireless and things like that. But in some cases, walang time to set up or wala kang ganon. So I had to find a system na parang na madaling i-set up din. So ganun lang, my microphone goes straight to my ear. That's it. I can hear it.
And then from the ZOIA, where do you patch things?
Okay, so now first it's the wah. So this one. Yeah, first thing wah.
So what kind of wah is that? Full tone?
It's a
Clyde?
full tone Clyde. Yeah,
Okay.
Clyde McCoy.
Nice.
So I like it because it's sorry. Mahirap na ako. Hindi ko
No, it's okay. It's
ma-press.
okay. Yeah.
Ayan. Ayun lang. So, from the wah, I have 4, parang, ito 3 levels of gain muna. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. So, level 1. Actually, hindi. Ito pala yung level 1. Parang lighter gain.
Vemiram.
Genre, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a Timmy in there. It broke, so I need to get
okay.
it fixed. So this is parang similar sila ng Timmy.
Yeah.
So this one, and this is like a little louder. A little
And that's a love pedal, no?
love pedal, yeah.
Yeah.
Itong dalawa, love pedal to. Cut 50 tsaka Eternity. So ito naman, ito yung parang tube screamer type naman. Yan, and I stack them. So. And then these MXR rubber knob covers really help. Like,
Oh yeah,
if you need to make,
tweak it, yeah.
if you need to tweak it, like it's all. So, nalagay ko lang siya sa volume para lang kung kailangan mo maging mas malakas or mas mahina. Yun. And then after that 1, 2, 3, and then the clone, which is I use it more like a boost. It's not really that distorted on its own.
And that's an actual clone, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yung story nito is, di ba kaya si Karel nga tinanong ko about pedals. So then, and then he said, I remember there's this one pedal that I got to play. Sabi niya when he was still studying dyan sa Boston. And then, sabi niya, hanapin mo yun, maganda yun, gano'n. And so I was able to find one. Tagal na, mga 2009 or something. Because Karel nga told me about it. And then, I was able to find one.
Wala pang clone craze frenzy nun.
Hindi pa siya ganun ka, no? not as much as it is today.
Yeah.
There. So I mean, it's just a boost pedal, Sometimes if you expect it to sound baka ma-disappoint ka rin, but if you that's the way I think about it. Like it sounds nice, like especially in a live setting, parang it sounds thick and
people use it as an always-on pedal.
Yeah, I think it will depend on your guitar. Parang if your guitar benefits from, kasi yun nga yung para siyang makapal eh. So pero kung makapal na rin yung guitar mo, baka sobrang kapal na the whole. So I use it like, yun nga, kung Telecaster yun, bagay siyang always on kasi it
Gives more body.
Yeah.
And then, ano yung MXR?
Okay, so ito, 1, 2, 3, and then this is the boost. And then I just have this, minsan lang naman kami tumugtog ng parang mas heavier na. Yan, kaya nandun siya sa likod.
Yeah. Ano yan?
Yung, alam mo yung Crowther Hotcake na pedal. So, ano siya, this was a Crowther Hotcake. Inano lang namin, parang na-modify lang ng slight. Kasi gusto kong lagyan ng second, parang almost second channel, like parang ano lang, a lower gain. Parang may attenuator lang na dinagdag. Tapos, it was modified here na sa Philippines by some friends.
Nice. And then from there, where does it go?
Okay, so from here, now this part changes. Yung routing, it depends on what I need. Like if it's an online gig, nagbabago lang yung, kasi ito tawag dito, ito yung amp simulator ko. So ngayon habang may online gig, Ethos Clean. So I use it now for online gigs. Pero pag mga wala yan. Anyway, so from the whole drive section, nasa delay na. So ito, wait, naka-on pa yata to. Yan yung MXR.
Carbon copy?
Carbon copy, yeah. So, see that? Can you hear that? It's really subtle, but like a slap back. It just makes I just like that sound of as if there's like another guitar player behind you that's kind of playing softly. Parang ano lang siya. I don't know, I like that sound.
When you're ready for new pedal day, use discount code GCPerf10 at gcrockboard.com to get 10% off your entire order. You can use the code multiple times and there is no expiration date. Enjoy. And then, do you use any modulation effects?
Here. Yeah, so now, after this, it's the ZOIA, which does a million things, including modulation. Yeah. So this is like my main delay pedal. So I have like a...
Okay, long delay.
Yeah, long. And then it also has this. Like, I use this for money for food. So I have this like bell kind of thing for na nasa key of A. And then it also has this like this one is second always. So the thing with the ZOIA is you can build effects in it. Right? Meron siyang built-in effects na people made. And then there's also a community that keeps getting new patches every week. My ZOIA owners build their own patches and then share it in like a website. And then pwede mo i-download yung mga ginawa nila. Lagay mo sa pedal mo. So yun. So yung iba dito ganun. I-download ko lang. Yung iba ginawa ko. Yan. Yung iba pag dinownload mo yung ginawa nila tapos pwede mo siyang i-edit according to what you need. So it's so okay, so let's see. So you have that. Ito. Yun nga, may mga looper. Ito. Ganyan. Merong self-oscillation, di ba? Meron ding
Wow.
yan.
And that's always back ordered, di ba?
Ito, I'm not sure. But you can get it from the site or...
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know kung kamusta ngayon.
Ano yung editor niya?
Diyan lang. Diyan. Parang, this is how they want it to be unique. It's like they want you to be able to do everything without the need for a laptop or looking at the
talaga?
screen. Yeah.
Okay.
So they made it. It's parang may learning curve naman siya sa umpisa. Pero doable siya after a while. Yeah, intuitive naman siya. So ito naman. Yan, may reverbs. Ano ba ito? Ito ginawa to ni somebody I met din sa Instagram and sa ZOIA forums, Jim. So, De Los Reyes. So he goes like this. So it's a looper, and then you can do another. And then I'm gonna let it run. So
wow,
it's magical. So then now you can play on top of it if you want or whatever, or you can play this in between your set. Ito yung intermission. Yeah. So
okay. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Oh, okay. Like for example, like this, like how he made it. So it's two loopers, right? So and then as the looper is playing, he manipulates the loop. He adds reverb, and then he changes the speed. So naka-automatic. You can set it automatically. The first looper, for example, was set to play twice as fast. The other one was set to play low. So then that's why you have a bass and you have a high sound. And then there's modulation. You can add an LFO to wiggle the sound a bit. So it's gumagano siya. So it creates these atmospheric sounds.
Any extra foot switches? Just an extra
Here?
MIDI?
Ito lang.
Right.
Ito ano lang to. So syempre nandito na lahat ng controls dapat. So you can turn things off and on here. Kasi to be able to go back and forth from changing patches to controlling within the patch, you have to like long press. May ganon. So I just wanted to avoid doing the long press every time. So I added a MIDI switcher para lang, dito na yung patch changes ko. So I'm just gonna go quickly through kasi sabi ko nga sobrang nito, may mga drum machine pa to sa loob, dami niyang mga
talaga?
sounds. Oo. So, and this one is nice, like. And this one was made by Christopher Jakes, isang guy na magaling gumawa ng patch. Yan. Sige, diretso ko na sa Basta maraming ganyan, yung mga parang, mga ganun nga, mga different kinds of delays and loopers. So sometimes, sorry. What was that?
That pretty much has everything na kakailanganin mo, no?
Yeah, it's
And
may
more.
mga distortion din siya. Nag-gig na ako na ito lang dala ko kasi may
talaga?
drives din siya sa loob. Yeah. Like we have this song sa album na it's called Days Are Long, and it has synth, like a synth bass, and mayroong synth drum. I used the pocket operator for the recording. So then I tried to emulate that sound here. So ito yun. So then there, I can change chords. I mean notes. And then I can add the drum. It's like the and then tas may breakdown. Yung song na yun may breakdown na parang synth. And then so ito yan. Dito ko na control. Bass. You just have the
Nice.
there. So that's all the sounds from here.
Ang galing.
Yeah, basically that. So yeah, you just build what you like. You have the tools. You can make drums. You can make keyboard. This can be your keyboard and then all the guitar effects. Sorry, para ako nagbebenta ng ZOIA. But it's
No,
just
no.
it's a big problem solver. Big problem solver for me, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's a lot to
amazing.
talk about. Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I can,
Yeah.
I can totally see, the uses for it. It looks like a very deep unit. Na it's not just you scratch the surface and then hanggang doon ka na lang. You can.
Yeah.
It can be.
And it's customizable. It's fully customizable. So.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
So,
look
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, look into it. And then after that, yay, hear the next one after Francis. And then, so after that, yun na, ito lang, parang, ito nga, I have the mixer there for online gigs like this. And then I have the DI for my acoustic or my keyboard. So if I go to a patch here and I have my acoustic guitar, it sends it straight here instead of the amp. So pwede siyang diretso sa board. And then when I am on my guitar patch naman, it will send it to dito sa amp sim or to my actual amp. Ganun lang. Kaya nag-change to.
If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. The next question is, when you're playing live and you're playing guitar and you're singing at the same time, how do you deal with all the switching?
Okay, well, that's why these are in front. Like, these are the ones that, ito lang naman yung siniswitch ko between songs. Like, di ba? And then, like for these, for example, example, Torpe. So it's one of the songs that we like to play live.
Kasi like when you recorded those songs, very bare bones yung guitar, and then now you're adding all this.
Yeah.
All these
Ano lang
sounds.
naman, like for example with Torpe, like sometimes for the intro, I use this effect like. Parang ganun. Like, so it's here na. And then, so I'm not singing yet. So it's fine. I can play with my pedals. And then now I sing. That's it. Then I don't have to press anything because I'm just singing, And then when I get to the second verse, I have this dotted eighth thing that I do. I just press, it's just one button to press. So before you sing, just make sure you press it. And if you can add the clone to thicken it a bit. And then when you get to the chorus, you turn this off and then you turn this off. And you're in the chorus. So, I'm not naman pressing stuff while I'm singing. It's like you just do a preparation. And then when you get to the solo, then, you change distortion.
Like for your gigs, you're still the only guitar player, right?
Yeah, but now we have a keyboard player, si
Yeah.
Nico. So that
Okay.
that really, ano kami,
Lightens
dalawa kami
the load a
nagkukulay.
little bit. Okay.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Ang galing. I mean it's amazing. It's amazing like from when I last saw you perform live and you handling these effects. It's just
Yun nga, parang
ang
I
layo.
think it takes I think ano lang naman yun nga na you have to kind of build it so that it works for you na you're not naman too overwhelmed. Like yun nga, pag kaya yun lang, kaya for me like my chorus ito lang. It's not really a lot to press. Like I'm not really pressing things while singing so much,
You're playing a Strat then, di ba?
Yeah, I still have that Strat. My dad came to Manila and looked at the classified ads and looked for, I guess, a Strat. Anyway, ended up buying that one from this person named G3 Misa, who later on became a good friend of my husband and myself. And then he's like,